It's not every day you get to sit down with one of your knitting inspirations, but today we're going to get to do that. So grab something to drink and your favorite project and yarn over with us.
And I said, you have just made my day. Welcome to Yarn Over With Us. We are so excited today about this episode, and you can see that we are not alone. And Linda is in Huntsville, Alabama, where I live, and we're having a friend visit. And so we get to film today together, which you know that we normally don't get to do that. Mm-hmm. And we have Bobbi Mashburn with us, and she is from the podcast Knitters Kniche. And we are so excited to have Bobbi here today. And you talking about a girl's time, that's what we're having today. You are in for a treat.
Right. And you know, we always talk about the junk drawer. It's going to be the ultimate junk drawer, you guys.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about some knitting things, some personal things. But first we're going to get to know Bobbi, because honestly, we just met her, but we already feel like we've known her forever.
Yes,
so
sweet. We do.
Thank you.
So
you guys are a doll.
Before we start asking you questions, is there anything you want to say? Because we'll just, we're going to bombard you with questions.
We're here in Huntsville, Alabama, and I love Huntsville, Alabama. Linda got a hold of me. She said her and Susie were, talking to each other, see if maybe Bobbi could come. Absolutely, in a heartbeat. And I watch them all the time. I get so tickled. So, y'all, I say y'all now because I can.
That's right.
Because I'm from Illinois, but I've been here a few years.
She's the queen of y'all, bro.
I am.
She's the all y'all.
The y'all.
She's the all y'all.
And I love that too. I love anything, because everybody's so gracious here, and I'm so privileged to live with these wonderful people. And now I met two more, so my cup is almost full, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So thank you all for letting me come here today. My husband dropped me off. He's at Home Depot and Sam's, but he'll be returning
the
soon.
mothership for men.
We're going to get this going. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And she literally brought us gifts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are our gift. Seriously, right. We were so excited. In fact, I was so afraid we wouldn't be ready in time, because we were talking and planning and just talking, Susie and I. And then the doorbell rings. I said, Susie, they're here. Shut your bedroom door. But she was ready, so that was a good thing. But anyway, so my very first question really is, when did you start knitting?
Okay. I thought maybe this question would come up. So I'm thinking back here. My oldest sister, moved to Seattle, Washington with her husband. And I'm thinking this was probably 1992 or 3. And she's a crocheter, and she's always crocheted. And I told her we were going up to Canada just for a little day trip. And I said, show me how to crochet. So I crocheted this little bitty square, and that got me on the road to fiber arts. Really? And if you're a crocheter and wanting to knit, you've already got a hand for it.
You do.
And my sister, I've been gifted with knitting and with the fiber arts a lot. And then I ended up having a friend in our small little community in Illinois, that's where I'm from originally. She had a yarn shop, and how wonderful that was to have a yarn shop in our small community. And she would have a knitting circle every Wednesday. I would go in there all the time, and she taught me how to knit, and I was throwing and I couldn't get it. She said, try continental. I said, what's continental?
Oh,
there.
Okay.
Just kind of like crocheting. So that's when I started, 92, 93. And the reason I remember that is I try to think how old my children were. I kind of remember that visual when they were younger. So I think it was about then. Yeah.
So, when I look at you and your channel, you are the person, you are one of the channels that I don't knit while I watch. I pay attention. I'm watching what she's doing. I'm on Pinterest, not Pinterest, I'm sorry, Ravelry, getting the patterns that she's discussing. So have you ever had any projects that you made and didn't like? They were bombs?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
sure.
really? What was
And
it?
some of them I probably won't tell you about because I don't want to get that out there. But
Now I want to know.
I think I want this yarn. It was a brioche. Okay, try ripping out brioche that has
I've
a
never
band.
had brioche.
That has a button band.
It's
It was
scary.
an open cardigan though, and it was a test knit. And I thought, I want this yarn. I ended up it being a mess. I had it cut here, cut there. So yeah, there are ones that I have ripped out, and some I will not tell you about what the pattern was. But there was a Noro yarn that I
they are
had
the
knit
hardest.
with, and I wanted that yarn
They're
to
beautiful.
do Andrea Mowry's last year's Rhinebeck sweater. But then I ended up not doing it after all. But I have that beautiful Noro. It was in a big, and then it was a little pricey for me. Well, I still think things are a little pricey. So anyway, yes, I've had more than 5. I think I've completely ripped out after.
But
I've
it
done
took you till brioche to fail? Is this what you're telling me?
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow,
I don't know about. And brioche isn't that difficult.
It's not?
No, because I used to do this fisherman rib hat, and I sold them. I used to sell some of my things, and yeah, that's hard to make too much money doing that. But anyway,
Yeah. I think you learn really quick that you don't want to sell your knitting.
Are you?
I knit a lot because I just think that's what I'm thinking about right there is what's right in front of me.
Sure. So, would you consider yourself a fast knitter?
No.
I'm not either. Would you consider yourself a fast knitter?
And the reason is because of these arthritis and stuff. That's why.
I would consider myself a fast knitter. I don't knit things that would prove that, but I have so little time.
Right.
I have so little time to knit.
Yeah.
And so,
You do get a lot done then.
I truly knit in the nooks and crannies of my life, and knitting is what causes me to stay sane too, because I have so much going on.
It's
and
not
I
scientific proof, you know.
Yeah, and I feel stressed
is,
out, and so when I sit down with my yarn and needles, my heart rate goes down. I breathe more evenly, and it's soothing, and I do knit a lot, like we've mentioned in the past episodes, in the morning. That's my knitting time. I mean, I have been known to get up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning and knit from 4 to 7. Because it's like I know I can't knit any more during the day. And I probably shouldn't tell this, but I knit in the car when I'm the driver.
You might want to get a close up on my expression.
Let me explain
She
that.
knits with her feet. No, that would still be bad. Because you use your
Still
feet.
bad.
Well, do you hold your teeth?
Well, when I am on roads that there is no traffic, a dishcloth you can knit without looking at it. And I drive.
Well, people are putting makeup on.
Okay,
I guess.
I know.
There's no straight roads here.
Well,
I mean, I'm from Illinois. Everything was like this.
Right, a grid.
Yeah.
Exactly, the Midwest.
well,
is
and
a
so when I'm going like to my daughter's house, there is a long period of time. There's hardly any traffic. It's straight roads. There's no. I am careful about it. Or if I am in traffic jams and I'm sitting. You know how boring that is to just sit and sit and sit? Well, then my yarn is beside me. So
Huntsville is growing, and I'm telling you, I bet you can get into some traffic. Well, and if you're traveling somewhere else, too, you can get in traffic.
But now, if you live here in Huntsville, if you're watching this area, I would net the Parkway.
She doesn't do that here.
No, I don't do it here. I don't do it here, So if you see me, I'm not knitting.
Oh, God.
But to answer the question, I think I do knit fast because I have to get projects done.
Yeah.
I have to, and I continental knit most of the time. But I switch back and forth because if I only continental knit or I only English knit, then I'm using the same muscles, and I switch back and forth.
My neck here, which I've had trouble with that for a couple of years now, and it's because I'm continental. I think this shoulders.
I have that problem. I'll feel me doing this, and I'll think, relax that shoulder. Let that shoulder drop.
Right.
But when I English knit, then I let that shoulder drop. So it's like I switch back and forth depending on what's going on with my body.
That's a really good idea. try to do that. I'll be here all day though if I'm throwing.
So is there anything you do not like to knit, like any type of thing, like garment, or is there anything you don't knit much?
Oh, I shouldn't say this
Go ahead.
because you got one sitting right there.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
Shawls?
Socks.
Oh, socks.
And it's not
Same.
that I don't. It's I
I'm
knit
neither.
one, then I'm going to
I'm
knit
with you.
another, and people say knit 2 at a time. But if it's a DK weight, I'm better about that.
Yeah.
I've done fingerless gloves, and the only reason I like them because I want to see that yarn right here.
Yeah.
That you've spent,
That's really smart,
Yeah.
actually. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I love fingerless
Yeah,
gloves.
I think I don't enjoy socks because probably what you just said. I don't feel like I get to enjoy them. To me, my knitting, especially shawls, is like jewelry, and when it's in your shoe, you don't get to enjoy it as much. And now, of course, and really, you had a lot to do with it. I am now knitting sweaters. I never knit sweaters ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't really have time to do socks.
What's the first one you knit? Do you remember what pattern
sweater?
that was? Do you remember? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
It was a tunic. Yes, and I think we
Oh.
discussed it last year. But it was a
Okay.
tunic. Excuse me.
So-
It was supposed to be a Christmas sweater with my knitting circle at home. Everybody bought the yarn. Everybody bought the pattern, and I was the only one that knit it. And it took me 2 years. And then once I was done with it, I'm like, I like this. But it was fingering, and it took so long. I mean, it was a tunic because I wanted to go past my butt, and
Yeah.
cover it. So it was really long. It took forever.
Well,
And then my next sweater was a DK, tee.
Mhm.
So it's not sleeves. It doesn't take as long when there's no sleeves.
I know.
So,
Have you noticed that's what I knit? Have you noticed that?
There's a method to
They're
that.
right here.
Yeah.
They're right here. And as a matter of fact,
Where we live, that works.
It works, yeah.
what I have done, and it's going to be on my next video, I have modified the petite knit storm sweater into a
Really?
slip over. So I tell you how I do it, tell you what you have to consider before you even get
Ooh, I
going.
can't wait.
Because you want to switch around when you do the neckband. I talk all about it. So
Yeah.
that's going to be coming out soon. And
Is this the one? I mean, your next one that you're still on your phone here?
right,
I want. Okay,
right.
good. So
And
it's
it's
not
exporting.
Okay, great.
It's
I'll be
going,
watching.
it's
'cause I
going.
watch them all.
I should
anyway.
come here more often because my videos go faster. They upload faster.
She does have 5G here, I think, or
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
fiber.
I
something.
deleted a mass of photos and videos, and Susie told me how to get in there and completely delete them so they're not hanging out there for how many more days? Like 26 more
26
days
more
or something
days.
like that. So, yeah, thank you so much.
So, is there anything that you don't like to knit, Susie?
Well, I have not done a lot of garment knitting, so I'm hoping the vibes over here will be, and I there are some things that I do want to knit garment wise, but I have been more of accessory knitting and blanket knitting
I like blankets
and
too.
shawl knitting.
Well, you
Yes.
need blankets because you're knitting them for all the endless babies at your
I have
church.
lots of well, and I have granddaughters too that I've
And
been
then
knitting,
now that,
knitting for. I wasn't a big sock knitter, but I am becoming more of that because I have sons that are obsessed with knitted socks, and so I have started but I do them simple as much as possible. Just I have the
Sure.
cuff, 2x2 rib,
And
and
men are good with that.
That's what I
and
do
just
too.
stockinette,
Right.
and then I prefer the heel flap and gusset. I think they fit better
Yes.
for my family. And then I do Nancy Wheeler's rounded toe, and I love it.
I'm gonna write that down. Okay,
Nancy Wheeler's, and she's from Knit
It
Sip
is very
Happy.
pretty. Well,
And
you'll
it
get to
is
see
a
one.
beautiful.
Did you say rounded toe?
her rounded toe?
rounded toe.
Her
Okay,
rounded toe.
everybody. All right.
Yeah, Nancy, we're talking about you. We love that rounded toe.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's good to know. Really good to know. I've done test knits for socks, and I did this beautiful one, and it was really difficult, and it has these leaves shaping all in the. Oh, it's really pretty, but I didn't do the second one. But I don't have the heart to rip out the first one because.
And that's
It's
the
really
thing.
pretty.
That's the thing I think
So I
about
think when
sock. Yes, so sock knitting
Yeah.
You've got to find, for me, I had to find the comfort spot that
Yeah.
it became comfort knitting, that I've memorized the rounded toe, that I don't have to look as hard to a pattern for the heel flap and gusset.
Yes.
And then when it's round, round, that's
Right.
just easy to do.
Right.
And socks too go up underneath pants and in shoes. So when you spend all that time on a pattern,
Right.
it's like no one sees it.
Right.
And so I have adjusted sock knitting to where it works for me. But it used to be something that I shied away from because it was like a whole nother learning curve. Anything you do in knitting, it's like there's a learning curve for garments, for socks, for accessory knitting like toys, because I've done that too with grandchildren.
Right.
So there's a learning curve for different things that you do.
And something you can do too, I was just thinking, let the yarn do the work. Get some amazing yarn, maybe Homespun House or Chelsea yarns, or get some really nice hand-dyed beautiful yarn and just let that be your focal color.
I love that.
So
variegated yarns, and I do that a lot. Variegated yarns for the
Self-striping.
self-striping.
I
Yeah, a cozy knitter. She has
How
beautiful.
do they dye that?
I saw a Nitty Natty has got an episode right now where that they talk about how the dyers dye self-striping yarn.
Okay.
And that is a brand new
Wow.
episode by Nitty Natty.
Oh, good.
There's
I'm
got to
gonna
be
watch that.
some
Thank you.
math to it to know how long it goes before it goes
Right.
around your average size.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Cool. She is uploading her current video as we speak.
Wow.
As
That's
we
so
talk.
exciting. Yay. Lots to look forward to.
I'm so excited. Okay.
So I know we'll keep
Sorry.
talking. No, I'm just listening. I have I just keep us moving along.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick. As podcasters, everyone, we have chosen the one subject to have a YouTube channel, which, it's all about knitting. It costs money. It costs a lot of time. So when these little victories happen, I am so happy. Because I told my husband this morning, I said, honey, I have chosen to have a YouTube channel about knitting. It costs me. I need to think. Okay, something that doesn't cost me money. I don't mean to be that way. That's not why I do it.
Right. We get it.
Why I do it is because of this. Because I don't have a knitting circle. I don't have any knitting buddies that I can hang out and knit with. So it just kind of gives me that satisfaction of fills that.
Well, we're
fills
gonna
that
have
gap.
we're gonna have to change that.
So,
Bobbi. We're as close as we are to each other. We're gonna have to change that.
And we can have as many people on our podcast as we want. So from time to time, you need to jump on our.
I've
our
never
group.
done that, but I would like to do
Yeah,
that.
that would be
all you need is a
fun.
webcam, and we'll just get a third slot there, and you can just join the junk drawer of conversation.
And
do.
what's really wonderful is we're kind of like the Golden Girls. We are
younger.
gals. We are gals in our 60s learning technology.
I think we're doing a great job. I mean, you've got what, 25, 40? How many followers do you have? Like 45,000? I wrote it down.
No, I don't think it's that many. I think it's 20.
I think it's over
Okay.
20,000,
But-
which is amazing.
But she gets 40,000 sometimes views.
Yeah.
So half of them are even
Occasion.
watching. But so
On occasion.
we're doing okay. And we said this from the very beginning. Our age group, you watch any TV, it's really not represented. And we're not dead, y'all. We're not dead. We do things, we live life, we have fun, and
that's right.
sometimes, especially if you watch like Hallmark or whatever, everybody's like 15. I mean, it's like we're here and we're doing
But if
things.
you
So
look at
we're representing is what we're doing.
Well, our demographics, I can tell you what our demographics are. They're around
Our
my
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ours
those-
are going a little lower
those are
now
the-
and up, but
Those are the
Yeah.
knitters out there. These are people that have knit. Well, now I will say that
A lot of
over in
young
Europe,
girls.
they teach them how to knit in
Oh,
school.
they do.
do they really?
Yes, and I think I don't know if they've always.
Wow.
I think they've done it.
I love that.
So that's why they're so good, and there's so many different techniques
And
that they know
I
about.
was 9
that we
when I
don't
learned
know.
to knit.
Oh, wow.
And I was about 7 when I learned to crochet.
Yeah.
But no one, who I learned that from was people my grandmother's age, and people my age were not learning it.
No.
So, it wasn't something that was real popular then.
Yes.
Well, and so we just started this last year. We just celebrated our 1 year in October. And so we were all in our 60s, well, us two anyway. And that just shows that, you just dream and do what you want to do regardless of your age. But also, we have to teach young women how to age. Yeah. And what I mean by that is not physically, it's about how they can keep doing things. I mean, in this world, you just keep doing things till you can't anymore or don't want to. Yeah. And usually for me, I have to say with all honesty, I can still do everything I've always done. I just don't want to. It's like, no, I'm going to pass on that. But anyway, let's talk about what we're wearing. Let's start with our guest.
Oh, thank you.
And then we'll go to Susie.
Okay, I haven't worn this in a while. And I said to my phone, how do you pronounce ILHA? So I took me to YouTube, and it's Ilha.
Isn't this your favorite sweater pattern?
Yes.
I remember.
This is very similar to the ranunculus, which I absolutely love. I've done, I think 4 of those.
Nice.
And so this is very similar, but it has a lot of detail, a more extra detail to it. This is by Orlane, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name right. It's
We'll put it up.
Souchet, yes.
We'll put it up.
And it's beautiful. It is knit with a fingering weight yarn. I used the Lena, it's cotton and viscose and linen, and I used that yarn. It's worsted. Okay, so I knit.
This is worsted?
Yes, the Lena's worsted.
It doesn't look at it.
Yeah, but you can tell it's
like
cotton. See how it doesn't kind of all smooth together.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it's not heavy. It's not heavy.
No,
You could wear it in the summer.
It's not heavy, but I really would like to do it in wool, but I don't know if I'm going to do a fingering weight one, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments. I knit a size 2. I wish I would have knit a 1 because I ended up doing some decreases in through here. I'm going to stand if it's okay.
Yeah.
There's some beautiful braiding down the side.
That is so.
So there's a lot of detail to this.
I remember you showing this on your.
I love it. I love it.
Back up,
I love it. Oops, I gotta keep in line. You're trying to keep me in line.
See, I don't want to lose you.
I'm used to doing it by myself.
But that I do like that detail. That is really pretty.
But I did have to do some decreases in through here. I talk all about it on my Ravelry page. Just hit onto this project, and it doesn't have the short sleeves. So I also have in there how I did that.
And I love this how you did that.
Isn't that? Yeah, no, yeah,
it's like
that's in the
molding.
pattern.
It's
Yeah,
called dental. It's beautiful.
yeah. I just
It's
staggered, and it's. I mean, if you really look at it
as my next sweater,
as a knitter, you can probably figure it out. But it's very attractive. Now, right there, I do talk about this in my upcoming video. It's going to go out later today. How to avoid this little hole from stockinette before you go into ribbing. I tell you, which I didn't do this there. You just do 1 round of knitting with a smaller needle because you're going to do this needle.
Smaller.
Just do one because your ribbing's going to be on a smaller needle. So
okay.
You're just going to do 1 round of just plain stockinette, and it just pulls that together, and you don't have the gap from doing your. I'm guessing this was I probably used a 5. Going from a 5 to like a 3, you're going to have that little bit of a gap. Right. So that's something I found out.
Okay. I like it very much.
Thank you.
I remember she talked about that on one of her episodes. I mean, I literally take notes, and I have my phone, and I'm, and I save the patterns. And I remember you saying that was your favorite.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the time, it was. What I'm knitting now is
it not your favorite anymore?
Well, I don't know. that one I knit was on
the test knit
last podcast that I just did. The I don't know if I'm saying her name right either. It's Lene Holmes Samso.
I remember
the porcelain damask sweater. That was awesome.
Is that the one where they sent you the yarn, or you bought the yarn that they recommended?
Oh, a gal sent it to me. One of my viewers sent me a gift card to Wool & Co. And I say this every time, you guys, they don't charge shipping. I don't know if you've ever ordered from them. As long as it's delivered going to the United States.
Okay.
So if you order it from another country, if it's going to somebody in the United States, but it's just within the states here. I'm guessing the lower states here. So yeah. And
cool.
It was very nice, very sweet. So this is my Eileen, not this, I'm sorry. The sweater I'm talking about is my Eileen sweater because she sent that to me. Which is a big surprise, very nice. And it just touches me, and I don't. Well, you can cut this out, but I'm never asking for anything like that. Just to have the opportunity to kind of be in this community, in this group, virtual group, and I just love it. It just fills my day.
And when you find another knitter, you find an instant friend. You really do. Or a crocheter, anybody that's doing yarn crafting, because it just you instantly have things in common.
Yeah. So what are you wearing?
That
is not what you were weaving in this morning, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it looks so different.
I was weaving in the
I'm sorry, I
ends.
just outed her, but no, she's actually worn this before, but she wore it more. So you're wearing it like a scarf, sort of.
Yes, I wore it a little
and I
different.
didn't even recognize it.
Yeah, I call this my turkey shawl. I feel like
Right.
a turkey when I wear it. I feel like a turkey. But this is a Stephen West. It's the shawlography.
I was gonna ask you if that's what that was.
It was a knit along a few years ago, and I loved knitting it. And I knitted this in 4 weeks. I stayed up with the clues, and I knitted this in 4 weeks, and had never taken the ends in. I wore it with all the ends hanging on the inside until today. Because that's what
we
I
didn't
hate.
notice last year. When
That's what I hate.
We
What
better
I
checked. We
what I
we have
hate.
one hanging out somewhere.
That is the thing that I hate most about knitting.
Oh, we all
is
do.
the
We all
finishing.
do.
I don't
Yeah.
enjoy the finishing.
No.
And I have to make myself do it.
You like
enjoy
it?
finishing?
You
Really?
like
The
weaving it?
ends and the blocking and all of that, you love that?
Wow.
well, I shouldn't say, because that sounds kind of.
She just wants to maybe get done with
She
it.
wants to get finished and
I
wear
like
it.
the
I wear it with the
different
strings
motion
hanging.
After I've knitted all of it, I
It's like I wear it with the strings hanging.
it's not that I haven't done that or found one, right here.
Yeah.
For the garment, oh my, I didn't, I have one hanging out here that
Yeah.
I missed, but I don't mind it so much. And I just have found that out recently,
Yeah.
that I'm not having, and the reason, one of the things I like to do, which I would never, ever thought I would ever do, is a tubular bind off and tubular cast on.
Oh, I did.
And now that I'm doing it, I was like, because
you
this
enjoy
is not done, but this twisted.
I actually
so
did
just
it on
probably
my
why I did it.
sweater. I've never done one before.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I actually like the
was
sew.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, you sew it and I have a fail-proof.
I mean, it's way
video.
easier than the Kitchener stitch. I cannot memorize that for the life of me.
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
never-
have it memorized. I have it memorized.
Show off. Oh Lord, I cannot
She's going to
do
show
it.
something off here in a
You
minute. I
knit
think
off
that toe.
and purl on the front needle, and you purl off and you knit on the back needle.
And I think there's a
There
clue
you
because
go.
your front needle is always going to have the knit side showing. So the back needle is going to have the purl side, so that kind of tells you
Yeah,
what you're going to do.
that's
And I just
exactly
figured
right.
it out one day. I'm
You
like,
knit off, purl
Yeah.
on, purl off, knit on.
So Susie, when you get your camera, your phone holder, you need to do a video for us saying that, because you've just simplified it to like the most
That's it.
simple. All right, so there's an upcoming.
Do you-
video.
And make one
those I can.
right and make one left. That is another thing. And in my head, I say make one left is right, because make one left feels right.
What?
When
when
you
you're-
make one left, it feels right because it's natural to take your needle and go under. It's more unnatural to come from the back.
Come in, yeah.
Yeah, so when you make one left, your needle goes under the bar and picks up, and you knit through the back, and that feels very natural. Make one right,
Yeah,
you got to go
I see
from
what
the
you're
back, and you've got to push from the front, and it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
So in my head, make one left is right. That's a right way to do it. And make one
I'm having
Right.
some weird deja vu moment.
make one right is the wrong way to do it.
They know what you're talking about. They know.
I don't even know what we're talking about. So but you
my
Make
God.
one left is right.
Okay.
yeah, you just have to memorize in a way that
You
can
do. You just have to
remember.
find a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a podcast I really like. It's Stephanie. It's Edible Thoughts Makes. Did you ever watch her?
Yes.
I learned how to do the Kitchener to kind of remember it, and I would write it down from her. She actually has a video on YouTube. It's very simple the way she explained it. And I'm pretty sure she's the one that said on the front side, front needle is always facing a knit stitch, and then the back one has your purl. I think that's where I found that out.
That is a good way to think of
But
it. And
look
those
her
first stitches are
Hers are
always
so
going
good.
off the needle too.
Yes.
Remember, those go off the needle. The second stitch you
Yes.
make stays on the needle. Have you learned?
Do a close up on this one. Oh, I love it. The things that we do with knitting.
you just
is-
have
it's,
to-
It's always learning something.
Well, it is, and that is the thing, you know, I've been knitting sweaters or tops is very new for me. But I am learning, if you keep knitting them one after another, you remember, if I don't use it, I lose it. I just forget. So
Yeah.
anything I do on a regular basis is cemented, Then of course, so now I'm learning all these things, and every one of my projects does something a little different, and I feel a little bit more brave. Not done brioche yet, but
I haven't
but I'm
done
learning
it either.
different cast-ons, different bind-offs, different all the things. And I really was tempted to make another ranunculus just because I feel such victory in figuring out how to size it properly with whatever yarn I want to use, which is a video that just went out this morning. But then I thought I have to grow. I've already conquered that next thing, and I do challenge myself because I get a little bored. I'm very intrigued with people who can. Well, I'm kind of getting off subject here, but like with the ranunculus, how they'll take the design here and instead they'll add some of those nice little twisty things in there, and I'm like, I'm not there, but I'll learn. I'll learn.
Yes.
So anyway, and as far as what I am wearing, this actually was the first shawl I ever made,
It's beautiful.
and I made it 7 years ago, and for some reason, the pattern is no longer on my Ravelry, so I do have it at home, and I will put it up what it is. But I made it with Knit Picks sock yarn, and I just liked the colors, and I really didn't know what I was doing, but I liked it so much, I made another one of colors that are close for my mother-in-law, and she's since passed, so I have it. And so I have two of them that are very close. I'll probably give one away because I don't need two, so. But it was fun, it goes fast, and the colors, I'm gonna put up the yarn. I will find it when I get home what it was, but I love the changing. It was something like, something in the mountains, and it does. It's got the colors, the purples and the blues of like a sunset in the
So
mountains.
pretty.
It's
Anyway.
beautiful.
I like the ribbing here
I do
because
too.
it
I
gives you a little
love
bit
it.
of flounce here.
It does.
I don't know if you did anything different on the ends, but it just gives a little
I
bit
didn't
of
even know what I was doing, so I'm
movement.
sure I
That's
did
really
nothing.
good.
No, thank you. I think it's just
Yeah, it's very nice.
yarn over.
Yeah.
I think.
Now,
I think.
The shawl that Susie's wearing, I noticed, Steve and Wes, this, and it probably shows in the front here too. That is just amazing.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is,
that's fun.
and
Hold that up.
in
Hold that up.
in
Wow.
this shawl, this was supposed to be. I braided this. These were the holes. They were those loops, and I saw. I don't even know where I saw it. Somebody, you know how everybody does
Yes.
shows their projects,
Mhm.
and they had actually, and he did this a few years later in a pattern where you had to make all those loops and then you braided them,
Mhm.
and that's what I did with this. I created a braid with those loops in this
Look
pattern,
how clever that is.
and I really
really nice.
so you don't have the holes there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
So
so
fun.
It kind of reminds me of broom corn in crochet. Isn't there a?
yes.
I don't know why that just came to me out of the blue. I've never done it before.
No.
but in
And
my-
he's so clever. You really do learn a lot of
He's
new
like an
things.
engineer. He's a
He
yarn
is.
engineer.
He is.
And it-
That's a great way to
and the
describe
clues,
him.
he just kind of takes your hand and, oh, well. And he makes it feel like you could do absolutely anything.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's
like, and
it's
if you
really nice.
if
When he
you have
puts
too many
things-
stitches, just knit two together
Yeah,
and get
he
back
does
down
do
to
that.
it. Don't take it out.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
He-
That's
he
what I would
just-
do anyway.
I know.
probably.
He says it's okay. You know, so he makes
Yeah.
you feel like you can
Mhm.
you can
Really,
do his
really does.
projects, and they're
Mm.
always beautiful.
Oh,
So what are
Love the
you
colors.
actually working on at home right now?
Two
Another
things.
sweater?
I've been talking about the Juno bag. Well, yes, the
The
Juno bag. I
Look,
started
you
that.
have it.
I didn't bring it.
Oh, that's
The
not the
Juno bag.
Juno bag?
Oh no, that's the Juno bag that from Petite Knit. The bag you knit. It's
Oh
knit
yes,
with-
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
I started that. It is with it's a linen with a little bit of something else in it. So linen, I don't know if you've ever knit with it before. It has a mind of its own. You want it to go east and it goes west. So you just keep going, and you have to get. It's. Have you ever knit with just 100%? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get the hang of it. It takes you a little bit to get the hang of it, but it's so cute because I ordered the zipper from her. I also ordered, it has that little leather strap that goes on top of the handle, literally on top of the knitted handle, and it has a little tag that hangs off of that. I ordered that too. Normally I don't do all that. I am going to pick out the fabric though to line it with, but you can order the liner already sewn. But I thought, oh, I want get a little cute print to put on there. So I started that, and I also started the Petite Knit as the mohair version of the Sunday sweater, which is it's just like one of her, I mean, you can look and you know that's her pattern. So I'm knitting that with this beautiful yarn that I bought to do an Andrea Mallory Rhineback sweater, which I didn't do because I'm going to do something special, and I held some mohair with it. So I've started that.
So, Susie, what are you working on? That's where we're at.
Well, I've
We
got-
had a pregnant pause.
So this has been a really fun thing. I talked about this in the last episode, the Harvest Charm set by Susan B. Anderson.
Yeah.
And I have basically
I love
got
that
this
so much.
finished.
Those colors are
I
perfection.
agree.
And that's the homespun house?
This is the Homespun House.
She still has the yarn, I looked.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got this little this minis. There's like 5 or 6 minis in there, and so here is the.
I love that.
Isn't that pretty? I love the
Aw.
pumpkin.
I think you literally knit one of the acorns this morning, or was
Well,
it a leaf?
no, I was going to, and I was doing the ends in of my
Oh.
turkey shawl here,
Turkey.
and
I love
yeah.
it.
So
They're
this is going to go in my
so
salon,
cute.
and I do want to make one more acorn to hang over here on this side. But this is and it's easy, and these leaves right here are a little bit different than the actual pattern leaf. So what I did is I just didn't do the 3-stitch bind off on each side, and just kept and did the decrease.
So this one,
that is actually in the pattern.
okay. So you just didn't do that part, and okay.
And I just made the leaves look a little
Oh,
bit
you
different.
sewed these right
So she's
through.
designing
Mhm,
already.
I pulled them right through.
Do you have a lot of yarn left, or did you pretty much use all your minis?
Pumpkin is perfect. Look at that.
I have got. Oh, I just dropped that acorn.
Well, they're falling everywhere.
But anyway, this is fun and a wonderful garland for your fireplace.
It is so pretty.
And the acorns are just darling. They're
They're-
easy to make. They're fast. The leaves are fast. You knit up one of the leaves in, 30 minutes. It's just they're easy.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I'm working on is this ocean. It's called the Ocean World Scarf,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
I
can
took.
see how it's developing now. It's really pretty.
Yeah, and this is gonna, like I showed in other episodes, it's gonna block really pretty because you've got a little bit
Oh,
of
look
lace
at
in
that.
there, and then this is called a half flower. So you're making the little half flowers, and I'm using this yarn right here for the flowers, and of course it changes colors, so you'll be
Oh.
seeing different colors of the half flowers.
Neat.
And then this is my lace yarn here. So yeah, this is a fun little scarf. It does take a little bit of concentration, so it's not really considered a comfort knit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and just share everything here and be
Yeah,
finished.
go for it.
So a sock that I've knitted. This is now I saw this sock shown on Knit and Chat Cafe. Kelly is the one that said she was gonna, I don't know if she'd already done the sock or she was going to do the sock.
Okay.
And I wrote down the pattern, I went and purchased it, and it's called Simply Sporty Shorties. And you know, shorty socks, they go fast because you're not having to do a long cuff.
Oh
And,
yeah, it's half a sock.
and so this was a
that.
fun
Half.
It was a fun sock to knit. The top part is a pattern and the bottom part is a pattern. And I think the reason that you've got this pull in down here is so it just stays on your foot better. And then it's got this nice little tab, but you knit that and then you fold it in and you secure it on the inside.
Cuff it. Yes.
So that is the
Nice.
way your little tab works on this. Honestly, it was a lot of work, and I'm hoping I won't have one sock syndrome with this pattern.
Which
It's
part
a
was a lot
dark-
of work? The
Well,
whole thing?
you've got
Sorry.
one pattern that's on 2 of your needles because I did double points, and then you've got another pattern that is on the other 2. So your brain's having to think for 2 needles and then 2 needles. And I did Nancy's round toe here. I didn't go by the pattern for that, and so this is Nancy Wheeler's round toe, and it's a pretty toe. I love it. It's easy to memorize too. And so I finished this sock, and so I'm praying I'll do the next one.
But we did talk about your toe, your favorite toe, Nancy Wheeler's
Yes.
toe, on the most recent, which was
And my
number
favorite sock
30, I
really
believe it
is just a 2x2 rib, stockinette to a heel flapping gusset to a rounded toe. And it's because that's comfort knitting for me. So that would say that's my favorite sock. Then the other thing, I went down. I went to visit my family. I had been gone for almost a couple of weeks, and down in the Swansboro, North Carolina area, there is a yarn shop there that I absolutely love to go visit. The owner of the shop, her name is Peggy, and it's the Salty Sheep Yarn Shop. And so I couldn't go visit my family without going to the Salty Sheep Yarn Shop. And when I went in, I told her, I said, there is and you know, I don't do a lot of garment knitting, but what I wanted to do is I had seen the rosy sweater.
Yes.
And I had seen it at my local yarn shop here. We were on the computer, and Nina, the owner there, said, "Oh my, look at this sweater." And I loved it. I said, "What is the name of that?" And then you showcased it as a sweater in one of your episodes. It's called the Rosy Sweater. And so I told Peggy, I showed it to her, I said, "I want to make the sweater. I absolutely love it." And she said, "Oh, I'm selling yarn for that." She said, "That is becoming a very popular sweater."
Yes.
It's, I mean, you're
I
seeing
think
it
it's
everywhere.
more popular than the Rhinebeck sweater.
Yeah, I do.
I think it's pretty.
that there's probably going to be a
That's
lot of
my
rosy
opinion.
sweaters at Rhinebeck, probably. But
Yeah.
anyway, so she helped me pick out.
I
So
like
this
it.
is going to be my main color, and
Ooh.
this is
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm gonna have to put my.
Oh, I see.
So my main color is Spud and Chloe. It is called a fine sock, and it is a superwash wool and 20% silk. So that's what this is. And then of course this is a mohair that I'm going to be pairing with it. And then for the flowers, I have gone with these colors to do my flowers in the
It's really
sweater.
so you, and it's perfect.
I
Red
mean,
roses.
Red
Red roses. Though. Yeah, I love
And
it.
this is a mohair by Malabrigo. This is a Malabrigo.
They have mohair. Oh.
This is a Malabrigo mohair. And then this is also by Malabrigo, and it's called Ravelry Red. And it's called the Ultimate Sock. And so that's what my roses are going to be.
Oh, that's going to be
And
I love it.
I
gorgeous.
pray I can do this sweater. You know, but for a person that doesn't do a lot of garment knitting, I feel like I have picked a very hard thing for me. So anyway, I don't know when I'll actually get to start it
You
with
can
the
do it. I
holidays.
believe.
Well,
You can
pray
do it.
for me.
Now, that
Pray
sweater,
for me.
it has roses here.
It
and then I think
does.
it's down here. So I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
know
show a
why, if you
picture.
don't want to do like both of the areas, but I think this up here would be absolutely need to do
And
that.
it
but
has
you
it
could
on the
eliminate-
sleeves too.
Yeah. So
You know,
'cause when
you
you
could
could eliminate this one down here if you
and
want
just
to.
do the one
If you
across the
want,
top.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's my
'Cause it
sweater. I
won't
can do it
change.
any way I want to.
That's right. I love
You
it.
can. I
So
do love that.
that is what I've got laying here on the table.
That's just a picture. Y'all can't see it, but that is just quite a beautiful
Well, I
picture
will
there.
Oh, the picture of that. Yeah, we could just snap
Yeah,
one.
just
Take
all
your
the-
take your phone and snap a picture, and we'll just put the pile of all your good stuff up.
That is so
you know?
sweet. And really, that's a good idea. Well, we're gonna edit this, but
Yeah.
even for a thumbnail, depending if you like it or not, as a half one even, because
Yeah.
I tend to click on those. If it's a pile of sweaters, if it's a pile of
Sure.
yarn, or if it's just
Sure.
enticing to me to see what they're gonna talk about these items, but what are they gonna say? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. How fun.
I have knit some pumpkins. I was on a few years back, that's all I was doing was knitting all these little pumpkins. And, but not quite that small of those, because that was so cute.
And that was a very easy pumpkin to make.
Look at that.
And another place that does a lot of little things like this is, have you ever gone to Barrett Wool?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I love this stuff
I've
with
not
Barrett
lately.
Wool.
Okay.
And they have an
Did you see that look in her eye? Ooh, it's
And
like a kid at Christmas.
They have an advent that came up. It went fast. You know, all their stuff. If you don't see it when it first comes up, it goes fast.
I know.
So that is one of my, I think, 5 advents that I've given this
Oh,
year.
Lordy.
But it is a trinket one where
So
you're
fun.
making little things like this for a garland, and that's what they've done for that
Okay.
advent. And so I can't wait to see what that's going to be all about.
Yeah. You all know Summer Lee, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The sock designer. And I think it's still free. She has these little, they're called mini socks. I knit them last year. They're little stockings.
Oh,
And you talk about, that was so easy because she explains things so well in her patterns. And of course, she's got a podcast too. And I love those. Absolutely love them. But I like this because there's different
yeah,
things that you can knit, the
Colors
leaf, the
and- yeah,
acorn,
yeah.
the pumpkin.
Yeah.
So
great fall garland.
You could even just knit them and put them in a bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like a little potpourri bowl. We have a little knit bowl.
yes,
but,
you could. Your grandkids would love to pick up those out of
Oh,
that little bowl,
yes.
wouldn't they?
They would. They would
Mm.
love this little pumpkin.
Because my grandkids were a little bit younger. It's probably been 4 years ago that I was really into knitting those pumpkins. They're about this big. And they would come over and they'd toss them across, which is fine. They're not going to hurt anything, themselves or anything. So I just have those. They're grown now. They're getting bigger.
So talk about what you got going
Well,
on.
I have, I've got a couple of projects. So one thing I finished, and that is my second ranunculus. Remember, we told you, number them because you will make more than one. So my first one was a short
You will.
sleeve alpaca, and this one is long sleeve, and I actually wore it yesterday, and it is so cozy, and it is, you know what? I'm gonna put the yarn up. I don't remember suddenly, but I remember the name of it's called the Traveler, and I pretty much knitted, you know, as prescribed, if you will. I did not do the short rows in the front. I don't need to do those. I don't have the bust for them. I think we discussed, and I'm not sure if we did. Those short rows are in the front for if you are well endowed, you know, that would be up here. Your design would start way up here and you wouldn't see it. So they're dropping it down a little bit so it's more in the front where you can see it. I don't have that problem. I didn't need them, so I skipped them.
Is that DK weight?
It is
Yarn?
DK.
I have one
It is.
DK
Feel
weight
that. Isn't it
ranunculus that I just
soft?
love because the detail, I mean, it just really is pronounced with a DK
Oh,
weight
it's
yarn.
so
It's
fun.
very pretty.
It's so fun. And then I did long sleeves and I did add cuffs and I went down 2 sizes for my cuffs because I really wanted them to be closed up a little bit. And it's really quite perfect. And other than that, I didn't do anything
It's beautiful.
dramatically different. I did the twisted rib for the top just because I think that looks nice in knit, but that's fun. So I got that done. And then I'm working on the Autumn League pullover.
I've done
And you've done one?
Yes.
Oh, nice. But let me
Yes.
tell you, I love it. And it's, you know, I usually don't do orange, but I want something kind of, well, autumny.
Oh,
you
I
know?
think that's going to look great on you.
Well,
I love the
yeah,
color
I'm
on
glad
there.
because it's so,
I
this
do
sleeve
too.
is almost done. And I really enjoy this tweed. This is from Knit Picks, their City Tweed. It's very forgiving for people like me. At times I have very uneven gauge or, you know, tension. And so all the little bits fill that in. But I'm going to tell you something that bothers me about this pattern. The X doesn't go down.
I know, but you have to kind of let that go. Yes, I was the same way. I
Were
was the
you
same
really?
way. Yeah.
She's like, you can top stitch on there.
I know. I said, well, you can do some duplicate
So what
stitch
is that all
work.
about?
Because
I
it
thought I
had a-
made a mistake.
Yeah, because it's representing like the old school sweatshirts that used to always have this stitch right there.
Really?
But I think they were,
Oh.
but I think that they were symmetrical though. I think they were the same length on that bottom at the end.
No, they're
I don't-
not even on the pattern.
No, I know not on the pattern.
Oh, you
but
mean on the
I like
sweatshirts?
the actual
Yeah, what is
sweatshirts
this
that we used to
about?
I
wear.
don't understand.
To me, this looks like a mistake. And so when I have the paper pattern in here somewhere anyway, and so I checked it and I'm like, oh no, that's right. But what I liked about it was the little side slit and
Yes.
yeah.
It's
And the other
cute.
thing that kind of had me, I wasn't sure about, is it's got this one pearl stitch going all the way down, and it kind of looks like when you've dropped a stitch.
And you had a run.
And I really wasn't sure if I liked it, but I think as long as it's more pronounced, it'll be good. It's just if it's a little bit, it looks like a mistake, but when it's blocked, it'll be a little wider.
Yeah, that represents
Did
a faux seam, I believe.
Oh, see, now in my sewing world, if I could see the seam, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just have to trust the process. Like she said, I gotta let it go. So, but
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. It's
Yes.
very easy.
I love the tweed.
And that
It's
will drop
beautiful.
a lot when
It's-
you do your neckband. That's going to
Oh
come up.
yeah, I have to
Because right now
I've
you're
never
thinking
done that
this
either.
is, yeah, but it comes right back up.
Yeah.
And it's a folded over neckband, which is, I love
Oh,
it.
is it?
Uh-huh.
Well, I've
But
used.
you don't have to. Yeah.
No, I want to. I like
Yeah.
that. So anyway, and then this project I'm
Look
working
at your
on.
bags.
I know we
Oh,
love
they're wonderful.
Kathy's bags.
All right, I need to get a bag.
She is at the events. Are you gonna go to the
What is
Wool
this?
Festival? You guys should go together. I'm
Okay.
pairing them up right
Are
now.
we going?
In November. Are you going?
There's a fiber.
She is now.
There's
Is
a
it
fiber.
Huntsville or
It's
is it
in
November?
Birmingham.
Because last year I thought about going and then I didn't. Okay.
I think you should.
No,
And I don't know how comfortable you'd be with it, but you could put it out there that you're gonna be
Yeah.
like at a certain coffee center or a booth. Like you could
All
do
right,
the
now why
fun.
can't you go? You could come.
That's so far. I'm going to the
She's
one
going
in
to
Nashville.
SAF.
Oh,
Is that what it's
yeah.
called? SAF.
Yeah, Southern Arts.
And that's in
something.
October. That's this month. And
Yeah, it's
Oh,
in like a
yes.
week and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be going. But anyway, so this
would be
is
I think that
my
is so pretty.
holiday shawl with my
I have
beads
never
on
done
it.
beads.
And I actually made a little
Wow.
video showing how I'm doing my beads. And this was called, this yarn is called Cherries in the Snow. And so I put little crystal snow on it. But it's pretty and it's fun, something different and new. And so I've been enjoying that.
And that is a one hank project.
Just one.
One skein,
And
one hank.
$3.99 beads from Hobby Lobby, and I show how I do them. It's not hard, really. It's just a little time consuming, but you just don't go fast. It's nothing I'm going to do on the plane. I'd probably drop my hook and my beads. I'll be knitting the
Okay.
sleeve on the plane home, but
How
But
are
here-
steel needles on the plane? Are they okay with that? Stainless steel
Yes.
needles on the
I
plane?
have
Yes.
never had my needles taken away from
Okay.
me. But now I have had my needle, I've dropped my needles. We were taken off one
see, this
time.
is why I won't have this.
I dropped a
plane.
needle, it slid down the aisle all the way to the back of the plane. I was like halfway the plane, but the plane was taking off. And everybody watched my needle just slide to the back of the plane. And when it got to the back, somebody picked it up and they passed it all the way up to me.
That's funny.
And I thought, I've
Teamwork.
lost my needle.
Yep. So
that would have been terrible.
That's what I'm working on. And now we're going to share some projects from our viewers in our Yarn Over With Us showcase.
Karen that I loved the hat, and I do have a question, because if you've not watched the Care Bear YouTube channel, and it's spelled with K's.
We'll put it up.
We'll put it up.
Because she's
Care
in the Mirror
Bear
Showcase, right.
YouTube channel.
K-A-R-E.
And it's a newer YouTube channel, but she does a beautiful job showing projects. And Karen, how do you knit so much in 1 month?
I think I see sparks flying over there.
I do not. You will have not believed,
But
Bobbi,
she
how many
accomplishes
things she
in a
does. This
It's crazy.
one of her last podcasts, I'm thinking, how did you knit all of that in
Right.
1 month?
I know.
But thanks for sending us the hats, because this is the time of the year that everybody's thinking about hats, and that's a great pattern.
So just the other day, just to brag on her a little bit, I was on her Instagram, and of course I've been knitting this for several weeks already, and she put up a tweed sweater that she had just cast on, and I mentioned something about don't you love using tweed. She showed it on a hanger this morning. I mean, she's done already. I'm like, how did you do that?
I don't know how she
She's a
does
very,
it.
very fast knitter. And Teresa, your hats and baby Cardi are beautiful, and you
Yes, they
have
are.
you have very lucky friends that you knit hats for them, so they're very blessed.
Yes, for sure.
So, and if you want to send your projects, we'd love to show them. You just send them to contactyarnoverwithus and send a photo. If you're in it, that's great, and if you're not, that's great too. But send it as an attachment, your photo. Don't insert it in the email. Somehow they're really big and bloated, and it doesn't work so well. And we will share them because we love seeing what you're doing.
Yes, we do.
And I'm just going to kind of remind people, when you ask us questions about, our favorite sock, or you say, oh, I'm gonna knit that sweater now, we really expect you to share them on the spotlight with us. We want to see what you're doing.
I'll recap.
That's
Yeah,
right.
recap. Oh, so let's see. Is there anything else? I mean, we should just talk endlessly.
Sometimes what I do, I'm like thinking, and I turn around, look around, and see if I've talked about everything, and it's like, oh no, there's one more thing. So I've already said goodbye.
Good.
Here we go for another 3 or 4
We're
minutes.
not saying goodbye yet because we don't want to say goodbye.
No, we don't want to do that.
I can share that there's going to be just a fun little video coming out that has absolutely nothing at all about knitting, but I want to share this little story. Many years ago, but it seems like yesterday, Susie and I attended her Mercedes presentation with the company that she was working with, and we had this idea. Well, really it was her idea. She said, Linda, you've got to get eyelashes. And I said, really? She said, yeah, let's go get some false eyelashes. And so we put the false eyelashes on. What year was that? Do you know?
That would have been in
2005?
6, 7. It would have been in the first part of 2007.
2007, it seems like yesterday, but that was a long time ago already. But anyway, so we put the eyelashes on, and she's up there, she's being awarded, her award, and I'm sitting there, and I've got an eyelash just dangling like wind chimes hanging from my eye, and I'm like, oh gosh, does anybody else see it? And it was just so funny, and now I'm trying not to laugh, because I'm going to get the giggles. It's kind of like when you're in church and you're inappropriately laughing at the wrong time, and I just like, get it together, Linda. And I just kept doing this. Anyway, we survived, and of course I ended up having to take it off, and now I'm like one-eyed, one real pretty and one not. So fast forward to this year, yesterday. Was that just yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. We had another eyelash experience, but it was very different. Nothing is dangling, and they are beautiful because, as you know, she does eyelash extensions, and
I wasn't back then, and had no clue that I would ever do
I
that.
knew she liked eyelashes already.
I loved eyelashes so much, I decided I'd put them on people.
And so we're going to just give you a little sneak peek into the eyelash world, but I just feel so pretty. Actually, so she says to me, now you can't get them wet for 48 hours. And I look in the mirror, and I was going to start to cry. I said, I feel so pretty. She said, don't cry. But anyway, girl things, that's what we do. So if you ever need eyelashes,
Yeah.
she does
absolutely.
one lash at a time, one little hair, little eyelash. It's amazing. She
But they
does
look
good
so
work.
natural. I mean,
So that's the idea.
Seriously
We don't want
natural.
bottle brushes or caterpillars
Right.
hanging. We want people to just look at you. Oh, she's got such pretty eyes.
Yeah, I will tell
My
you.
son
I
had
will
beautiful
tell you
eyelashes.
this: if you ever go get eyelash extensions, and when you leave and you go places, and if anybody says, "Oh, you have eyelash extensions on," they're not right.
That's true.
Because
They should know.
They should know. They should be staring at you, and this is the question you should hear. Your eyelashes are beautiful. Are they yours? They can't be yours because they're so beautiful, but they don't look real, but they do look real. You know, they're confused. They're
Yeah.
confused. And so then you have good eyelash extensions. They should not know that they are. They should look so natural and real that they can't believe they're real, but they have to be real because they look real.
Well, the wild thing about eyelash extensions, and we probably should save all of this for the other video, but you really don't need eyeliner because you've got so much dark on your eye that it just, and as I'm getting older, I can see like far away, but close up is it's hard, and I don't like putting on eyeliner.
Most of my clients are probably 50 and above because of that.
And I'm
issue.
not even that old and I can't see, but you know, I mean, I had a panic, and when we got here to Alabama, I didn't have my magnifying mirror. It was in my camper. Yes. And I'm like,
We need our
stop
magnifying
at the
mirror.
Walgreens. I
Yes.
cannot see because I can't, you know, I can see like eyeshadow, but that really close up detail now. So anyway, so we've been having fun, and now we have Bobbi here, and we're gonna turn this off and probably talk about all kinds of crazy things until her husband comes.
Yes, for our ears only.
For our ears. I love it. That's what
I'm surprised he's
that's what it's all
peeking
about.
in the window.
I
here.
know. I know.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming,
Thank you
and
both.
make sure
It's
I
been so
know, I
wonderful
know.
her being here.
and
you.
Thank you for coming.
make sure to subscribe if you're not already. We're pretty certain you're already subscribed to Knitters Kniche,
Oh.
and of course we'll put it on. If you want to find beautiful designs for your next project, that's where you go. Right
Amen.
there to Knitters Kniche.
And this is the beginning of a lot of.
Yes, we're definitely
gatherings.
going to have her on again.
She
I
will be
think
back.
it'd be really fun.
But
If
we
you're up
never
to
do
it,
that
because you won't
remote
have to
thing,
edit
too.
or anything. You just got to
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because you can tell how long it took me to get that.
Oh,
my word.
God.
Oh, my word.
Well,
And
And
you know-
thank you for being here
Yes, we're
for
so
our
glad.
girl talk and our yarn circle today. It's been great.
well, happy knitting, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
I'm okay. I gotta make sure I like don't have my something.
Hey, give me that mirror so I can check my hair too.
Well, I'm checking my boobs. I mean, I'm.
Why do you check them?
No,
You look great.
You look great.
She's just
but I'm-
sitting there nice and
I had this
still.
clip up here and I thought, oh my gosh, look at that height. That looks good. But I can't run around like a 15-year-old.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But I watch episodes, so a YouTube channel, so I can find about the new patterns coming up that I'm
Yeah.
not aware of. That's
Exactly.
what gets me to still watch and
Well, and I just love to be entertained while
I
I
do too.
knit. I mean, I want to be entertained by other
There's
knitters.
nothing on TV.
Oh, it's
anymore.
I don't even enjoy
It's
TV
awful.
anymore.
Now we're going to show some projects that were submitted at our. Now we're going to. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I love it when you go.
My erase. Stop.